You're looking live at Victoria Rec Center for Bantam B1 Hockey After Dark. District 6 game tonight featuring the Chaska-Chanhassen Gold Stormhawks wearing their home golds, taking on the visitors from Waconia in their road purple and gold jerseys. Chaska-Chanhassen, their first District 6 game in a little while. Just went 1-1 in a couple of scrimmages against teams from the east side of the Metro. Losing a close one in a shortened game against the St. Paul Capitals, and then rebounding on Sunday evening with a, I believe, 6-3 win over South St. Paul, a game that was not broadcast as the Kurt family was at the Gopher St. Cloud game. Speaking of the Gophers and St. Cloud, head coach of the Minnesota Golden Gophers, Bob Motzko, was just walked behind our camera location up on the walking track here in Victoria Ice Arena. He's presumably leaving the varsity game behind us between Chanhassen and Orono. And that game's a final now, or 9 seconds from being a final. It's Chanhassen defeating Orono 3-1. Stormhawks entering the game with a 10-11-7 record, overall record, and 2-4-2 in District 6 play. Waconia, my line chart didn't print, but I believe it. They are 0-7-1 in D6 play. Starting lineup, it'll be Nathan Brandon, net. Aiden Girding and Blake Bigglebach, your defensemen. Tyler Hromatka, Oscar Wiseman, and Drew Lindell, your forwards. The lines have been shuffled. The positions have been shuffled. And once again, Matthew Tyler out. Lower body injury for maybe, looks like unlikely. There's a chance right away off of the stick of Wiseman. I don't know if we'll get Tyler back for the Fargo tournament. I'm guessing it's unlikely as he hasn't touched the ice in a practice yet, to my knowledge. I think he's close to coming back for a practice. Hello, it's offsides. There's a little late whistle, and it is. Michael Azanoff on the bench on the other side. He's wearing the practice jersey, as it appears he forgot his game jerseys. Maybe his parents are running home really quick. He's going to the locker room now. All right, face-off win by Lindell down the left side. Drops it for Hromatka. Hromatka's shot ramps off a stick, goes into the far corner for Wiseman. He's shouldered into the wall, and the perennial problem at Victoria Rec Center is the net coming off way too easily. This line is Spalding at center, Dylon Olson at left, and I believe Sean Hokkanen at right. Puck pushed down. It is icing. Not great signals by the officials. I thought I heard him yell icing, but neither of them had their hand in the air. And then your defensemen out right now, Holden Palmquist and Josh Lund. Lund coming off a 2-goal game against South St. Paul. Here's a face-off back to Palmquist. Long shot. And goaltender, I don't know if he knew that he had it. And again, a slow whistle. Goaltender didn't really react like he had the puck. He did have Hokkanen screening in front, and Hokkanen jumped out of the way as the Palmquist shot came on net. Face-off one back again to Hokkanen. Palmquist. He'll flip it in to the right wing side. Olson will tip it to the slot, and Waconia will skate out across the red line. Bothered by Palmquist, gets around Palmquist, but Hokkanen back checking, throws a check, and the puck slides to Olson, drops it ahead for Spalding. 2-on-1. Olson in alone. Olson in. Scores. Nice little 2-on-1 rush with Ryan Spalding. Spalding backhand pass across to to Olson, and he tucks it in the net for the first lead of the game for the Stormhawks with 13:41 to go in the opening period. It's 1-0 Chaska Chanhassen. That's Olson's 12th of the season. Waconia with control off the faceoff. Good back pressure by Perry. This line is supposed to be, I believe, Dawson, Perry, Kurt, and Azanoff. Azanoff without a jersey. Here's a chance for Waconia. That's turned away and thrown all the way down for an icing. Bear with me for a second while I try to get my line chart posted on the thing here so I can read it better. Waconia battling in the corner. Kurt with it. Try to feed it up the wall. Goes high into the air. Glove down by Bigglebach. Perry, one touches to Kurt. 2-on-1 chance. Maybe 2-on-0 if they hurry. Kurt in with Hromatka. Cross to Hromatka. Hromatka in! And the goaltender has it in his glove. Nice pass from Kurt to Hromatka. Hromatka tried to tuck it around on the glove side and didn't get it quite enough to the right to get it in the open net. The goaltender just put his glove down and stopped it. So loose puck in the crease. As I try to get my line chart up posted here, there's another loose puck in the crease. Hromatka fighting through a check, almost getting it on. You might not see it because I'm still trying to do this. Johnson, nice little move to escape. He'll see it up the middle. Bothered, still fighting through a check, still with it across the red line. And Johnson gets it in. There's an interception by Kurt behind the net. Tried to feed it out in front to Hromatka. It hit the back of the net. And Waconia will skate it up now on the attack. Try to get around Johnson. Good check thrown by Johnson. Gets the puck as well. Feeds it out to neutral ice. Dumped in on Brandt. First time Brandt has seen a puck. Rebound and bounces high to Palmquist. He fans on the clearing attempt. Here comes Waconia now. Skating the goal line extended. Try to backhand it on. Loose puck in front. Sticked away. Girding in his skates. Now in the corner. Girding feeds it up to Wisenden. Hromatka, nice little move to get around a defenseman. Skating along the blue line. Pumps it ahead to Lindell. Lindell gets behind a falling defenseman. And now it'll come to Olson, our goal scorer, just a few moments ago. Gives it to Girding. Girding, long shot, loose puck in front, and it slides to the left side. Girding there had a lot of ice. He probably could have taken that puck all the way to the top of the right circle and shot. Instead, he shot immediately from the right point. I think if you see that one on film, you have an ability to take some ice and get closer and maybe a little higher percentage, a little stronger shot on net from nearer in. There's a battle won by Waconia, now in the high slot. Shot kind of whiffed at by Brandt and must have got a piece of it to get it out. Here's Olson skating with Lindell. Tried to feed it across to Lindell and fanned on the pass across. Might have been offsides, I'm not sure. Spalding throws it off the wall right to a changing Wildcat. Spalding forechecking, overskated a bit. Nice move by Waconia to gain some space and then picks up the loose puck into the zone, cuts to the middle. Backhand shot saved by Brandt. Lund with a stick check that missed the Waconia player. Face-off won by the Wildcats. It's Bigglebach fighting through a check. And now Lund in the far corner. Waconia has two men on the puck, so they come out with it. Now it's up the wall, intercepted by Hokkanen. He feeds it over to Hromatka. Hromatka down the left side, protecting the puck, still with it. Hromatka with his head up, looking at his options, skates to the middle, lost the handle for a second, still with it, all the way around. He goes, shoots, he scores! Hromatka, high, hard shot over the head and the glove of the goaltender, and it's 2-0 Stormhawks with 10:18 to go in the first period. After Hromatka's 13th of the season, he moves into a tie with Ryan Spalding, for most goals on the team, if my totals are correct. Hromatka just cycled the zone there, went around almost entire zone and picked his spot on the shot from the left circle. Here is Perry now. Out to Azanoff. That doesn't get on his stick. Puck goes into the corner. Azanoff with the correct jersey now. So it's the Kurt Azanoff and Perry line. Here's Lund. Lund skates away, passes it up to Azanoff, tries to kick it ahead. It eventually slides to Perry. Can't handle that. And it comes to Waconia. They regrouping in their own zone, bothered by Azanoff. Now all three forwards on the same side. Perry almost creating a turnover on the far side. Waconia will skate up 3-on-3, intercepted by Azanoff, feeds it back to Lund. Now up to Perry. Perry throws it all the way down. And that's an icing, I think. A slow whistle once again. Guess it's past the official's bedtime. Two 2-0 Chaska Chanhassen with 9:30 to go in the opening period. Stormhawks looking to go back to 500 overall and looking to move to one game under 500 in District 6 play. On paper, this is a game that the Stormhawks should win. Of course, we've said that in a number of games this season, and the Chaska Chanhassen tends to have a hard time against the lower level teams that they face, and they tend to bring their best against the upper echelon. Waconia into the zone, cuts to the middle, pass picked off or tipped off by Johnson, fed up the wall, not out. Johnson will chase behind his own net, feeds it up to Hromatka, out of his reach, long shot tipped away and thrown all the way down by Lindell as they were hemmed in their zone during that entirety of that shift. I believe Matthew Tyler on the bench, and I don't think I see a boot on his foot, so that's good news. Puck had slid out, and referees did see it. It is offsides. Stormhawks, I believe, are in 8th place in District 6 standings. And they're 5 points ahead of Waconia, who is, I believe, just 2 spots behind in 10th. I could be wrong about that. But they're not too far from entering the top 6. And with a good run here in the last month of play, potentially entering the top 4 and getting a better seed for District 6 playoffs. And their schedule, it lends itself to a run here. Here's a chance for Waconia, gets around Johnson, drops, shot missed the net, bounces all the way out to Olson. Olson tips it, tried to tip it behind the defenseman. Defenseman hold the wall there, nice, and gets it in deep. Now it'll be Lund on the puck, throwing up the wall and out. They'll chase, no icing, into the Waconia zone, chased by Hokkanen. Hokkanen still battling and helps win the puck, almost win the puck to the Stormhawks. Waconia instead gets it out. One pass to the far side, cuts to the middle. Shot blocker save by Brandt. Good scoring opportunity there for the Wildcats. A little too easy of his own entry and a little too easy way of getting to the scoring area there for the Wildcats. It's a bouncing puck at the red line, fed ahead. It'll be picked up by Kurt at the blue line, gets it across to Azanoff. Azanoff fanned on the pass, I think tried to feed Kurt, and Waconia able to dump it back in. Palmquist across to Perry, high off of his stick. He kicks it ahead and then into the Waconia bench. Stormhawks 2-5-3 in their last 10. Their last win coming against South St. Paul just a couple nights ago. There's a nice little touch pass up to Perry. He's pushed off the puck. It slides to the red line. He reaches for it and able to get a stick on and dump it in deep. Azanoff will be the first one on it. Reversed for the Wildcats. Up the right wing side, almost turned over, but it'll be Kurt with it in the neutral zone. Kurt flipped it high, but right to the glove of a Wildcat. That was not the play you need there. He had all the time in the world. He's got to make a little bit of a better play there instead of trying to flip it high. Here's a chance in the slot. Slides all the way out to the far side. Pushed ahead by Perry. Perry fighting through a check and will swipe it in. Now Kurt behind the net. Puck sitting just behind the net. Slides to Hromatka. Hromatka throwing his weight around. Now getting help from Lindell. Come to Hromatka. Hromatka, our last goal scorer. Kurt getting mugged in front. Now Palmquist down to Hromatka in his skates and helped Lindell to chase down low. Lindell drops for Hromatka. Hromatka fed it in front. It slides out to Palmquist. Palmquist, his turnaround shot off a Waconia skate, and they'll skate it out. Oh, good back pressure there. Here's a chance for Hromatka to go in. Hromatka shoots. He's going high over the glove again. He missed everything. Goes high off the glass. Now kept in by Wisenen. And Hromatka has been all over the puck tonight. He's having a pretty good game so far. Here's Lindell. Lindell cycling out front, stick handling around, still with it. Has his stick lifted. It slides behind the net. Now fed up the wall to Girding. That time Girding had to get rid of it in time. Oh, there's a chance right to the side of the net by Lindell. Little redirect went to the glove hand side, and Lindell was coming out from behind the net, almost able to tuck it in. Here's a long shot coming by Hromatka. Through a screen a little bit, right on, and saved by the goalie. With 4:50 to go in the opening period, Chaska Chanhassen leads 2-0. Score update from Madison Square Garden. The Rangers defeat the Wild in a shootout as they come from behind twice. The Wild had a 2-0 lead and a 3-2 lead, and they lose 4-3 in a shootout. There's a turnover. Waconia looking for another scoring chance. Sharp angle shot stopped by Brandt. He jumps on the rebound. A little too easy zone entry once again. That's been a problem in this game to this point. Again, if you're just joining us, we had a celebrity spectator for about 10 seconds of this game, maybe if that. Here's an odd man rush. Olson in. Olson shot. And I think the goaltender got a piece of it and goes in the corner. Bob Motzko, the University of Minnesota men's head hockey coach, former St. Cloud State hockey coach. Those two teams just faced off this past weekend. He was in attendance at the game at the rink right behind me. At the varsity game is Chanhassen, one of the top teams in the state. Number one, if you look at one of the rankings. Yeah, they faced one of the top single A teams in the state in Orono, and the the Storm winning 3-1. Here's a chance for Waconia. Easy zone entry again. Nice glove save by Brandt. And that's the player I think Stormhawks need to mark. 75, I think, is his number. I would watch out for him. Stormhawks allowing Waconia, when they do have possession, way too easy entry into the Chaska Chanhassen zone. There's Kurt backhanding it to the blue line, not out. And a shot from the half wall goes into the glove of Brandt. Face off, one to the side. Now comes to Azanoff. Azanoff ahead to Kurt. He's got Perry with him. Cross to Perry. And I don't think Kurt realized he had a 2-on-1 rush. If he goes hard to his left down the left side, he might be able to feed it across alone to Perry. There's a loose puck bouncing at the side of the net. Thrown out in front by Azanoff. It goes all the way out. As there was nobody in the middle of the ice for the Stormhawks. Cross zone pass, or cross ice pass to Perry. He'll flip it in on net. Bounces off the goaltender's pads. Waconia with control. Turned over. Almost turned over. Went off of Perry's stick. Bounced to Kurt, but it bounced over his stick. Now puck into the zone, and Perry was skating back onside and not get there in time. A face-off at center ice. .252 to go in the opening period. Stormhawks lead 2-0. Here's a face-off 1-2 Lindell. Lindell with a little bit of speeds. Drop pass to Hromatka. Hromatka in, and he tried to drag it and then shoot, I believe, and he lost the handle. Hromatka looking for a pass to Wiseman, and that's turned over. And that was turned over to the player I don't think you want to turn the puck over to, number 75 in purple. He's the one that stood out to me so far, and he's the one with the puck right now. Pass in front. Now up to the point, chased down by Lindell. He reaches for it. And now Bigglebach, he can't clear it. Now here's a chance for Waconia in. Sprawling save by Brandt. And then as he sprawled, he kicked the net off. It not intentionally at all. The rebound even was going to miss the net as well. That was a great chance for the Wildcats. Best chance of the game. And the D-zone coverage has not been up to par for Chaska Chanhassen in this game. Way too much space, allowing the Wildcats easy zone entries and careless turnovers in dangerous areas, and that's resulted in some really good chances for the Wildcats. There was a near opportunity there again. Hokkanen had the puck on the wall, and his pass found nobody in goal, and it almost resulted in a chance coming the other way for the Wildcats. .121 seconds left to go in the opening period. Face-off one. Up the wall and kept in by the Wildcats. It'll be Lund on it now. Behind Brandt, touches it ahead for Olson. Olson's cut off, drops it for Johnson. Back to Olson, then to Spalding. He tried to kick it ahead. Now it slides up for Hokkanen. Off a skate, looking for Olson, and it's Waconia back on the attack. Puck rolls all the way to the side of the net, now behind. Olson gathers, lost control, and that allows Waconia to pinch and keep the puck in. Kept in at the point, long shot. Kind of mishandled a bit by Brand as he looked to get a blocker on it. Kind of whiffed and got the underside of his blocker hand, I think. But it dropped right to his side, and he jumps on it. Last few shifts have not been great for the Stormhawks. This face-off won by Waconia. Back to the point. Turned over to Perry. Perry going hard down the right side. Has a trailing Azanoff. It's taken off of Perry's stick. Now he's pushing to the corner, waiting for some help. But Perry comes out with it himself. Up to Azanoff. Azanoff tried to kick it ahead, and once again the net is off. This time it looks like a Waconia player ran into it. With exactly 1 minute to play in the opening period. A lot of whistles in this opening period. No penalties. And only 2 goals, but a fair amount of icings and offsides and net off the mooring, which always happens at this facility. Kurt wins it back to Azanoff, who gets it back to Palmquist. Palmquist, long shot, save. No rebound for anybody to get on there. As both Perry and Kurt were looking for the little black disc to drop out. This one is won back by the Wildcats. Kurt and Azanoff forechecking. Waconia able to escape the forecheck, gain the red line, dump it in. Now it'll be Bigglebach on it. Feeds it around for Perry. Perry tried to toe drag it around. Now it's in the skates. They dig away at the far side. And Bigglebach able to get it out. Then he's pressured. Bigglebach still pushing at it on just near the Stormhawk bench. Slides out to Waconia. Here comes down the left side. Trying to get around Palmquist. Wrap around. And cut off just at the last moment by Brandt. There's a pinch there, almost creating a turnover for the Wildcats. And there's just that little soft play that the Stormhawks aren't really making a strong play on the puck. There's a long dump in by Hromatka as the horn sounds to end the first period. And good start for the Stormhawks. Not a good finish in that period, but it's 2-0 after one. Don't have any shots on the board, but I think it's relatively even. In fact, it's possible that Waconia leads in shots. It's a little late for our statistician to make his way out to Victoria. I don't blame him. It's past my bedtime as well, so. Chaska-Chanhassen next in action. They'll continue with District 6 play. January 15th, they'll face off against their intra-association rivals in Chaska-Chanhassen Purple. And then the next day, they take on Minnetonka in a road game. I presume at Pagel Arena, but I'm not sure about that. And after that, Chaska-Chanhassen heads to Fargo next Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Games scheduled against Northern Lakes, Egan, and a team from West Fargo. That's the fourth and final tournament for Chaska-Chanhassen and their lone away tournament. And then they have a few more games until mid to late February when District 6 playoffs begin. Face-off eventually controlled to Lund. Lund down the right side, pushed into the wall, still getting the puck in. Now it slides out to Wisenen. Wisenen's shot missed the net. Bounces off the end wall to the far corner. And Stormhawks just looking at the puck as Waconia goes back and forth with it. Now Wisenen getting a stick on it. Bounces, slides on the dasher board. Almost comes to Wisenen behind the net. Now it's off of Hromatka's stick and kept in by Girding. Lindell kind of tried to come out in front. He lost the handle. And then it's thrown through the middle of the ice. Icing waved as Lund got a piece of it. He'll go behind Brandt, and he's cut off right away. Got to have some communication there. Girding or Brandt needs to be telling him to go the other direction, to reverse. You got to be saying reverse. So he goes the other direction. There's a loose puck in front, thrown behind the net by Brandt. And then thrown all the way down by Lindell as he could feel the pressure mounting. Yeah, so Lund has his, he's chasing the puck behind the net, and he has to get Brandt or Girding, who know who's coming in after him, to tell him what to do. Typically, if they want him to keep going in that direction, you'll say wheel, and if you want him to reverse, you'll say reverse. And I heard Brandt yelling, but I don't know if he was telling him what to do. That left post over there just does not stay on. And Nathan Brandt, not a small goaltender at the Bantam level. I don't know what the high schools use. They must use different posts and pegs than they use at the Bantam level. But the net is always coming off here. It's a pass right on front, stopped by Brandt's stick, and he hops on the puck. Stormhawks sleepwalking a little bit. And you can Waconia can sense it, I think. They can sense that Chaska-Chanhassen may be thinking it was going to be easy after getting a couple of early goals. Here's a pass through the middle of the ice, comes all the way out. Waconia will regroup. Chad Lindell giving instructions to pressure, and that pressure eventually slowed up the rush. Doesn't create a turnover, but now it's going to force the Wildcats to go 200 feet. Good pressure there by Hokkanen. Hokkanen didn't end up with the puck, but it did slide to a teammate. Now here's a chance for Waconia in, getting around Johnson. Johnson still fighting for it. pass in front off of Brandt's stick and slides to the near wall. Now up to the point and slides out. Hokkanen pressuring, almost creating a turnover there. Good little escape move. Now Spalding turning it over to Hokkanen to dump in, and now Olson will chase in the far corner. Waconia reverses. They should get out here. They do. They push it up the wall. It'll come to Biggelbach. Biggelbach got to get away from a couple of Wildcats. Fanned on the attempt. Now he'll reverse to the near side. And both Spalding and Hokkanen looking at each other like, you get it, no, you get it. Eventually the Stormhawks get a stick on it and get it into the Wildcat zone. They turn it right up as the Stormhawks go on not a great change. There's a chance. Off a Wildcat shot, goes off a Stormhawk stick into the netting behind. We'll have a face-off. That was a bad change, and that line had been out there too long. They had an opportunity to change as well when they got the puck in deep, and they didn't do it. And then they had a bad change as they only had partial possession in the neutral zone. Kurt and Azanoff fight for it along the far wall. Kurt slides it out. Now it slides to Kurt. Gets the red line. He's pressured by a couple of Wildcat. He'll just flip it in. Outlet pass for Waconia. Misses everything. Lund gives it up to Perry. Perry was hoping to get it in deep. Now it comes out to Azanoff. Azanoff with it. Feeds it over to Kurt down the left side. Kurt on his offhand. Azanoff's got to go to the net there. Now Kurt with it. His shot bounces on net. Loose puck in front. Still loose. Oh, I don't know. That was loose. I could see it from up here. Goaltender had his stick around it, but he hadn't had it covered. And then he kind of get a little bit more of it. Azanoff's got to go hard to the net there instead of skating more to it to the bottom of the circle. There's a pass looking to find Lindell in front. Now it's Hromatka. Hromatka drops it back to Palmquist. Palmquist long shot. Pad save. Rebound bounces all the way out to Lund, and he couldn't make a move quick enough to get around the Waconia defender. Now Hromatka off a pass from Lund. Hromatka drops it over to Lindell. Hromatka picks up the loose puck, gets around one. Hromatka in. His shot off the mask, and the rebound slides over to the far side. Good pinch there by Palmquist to slow up that rush, and that was against what I think is their best player. Otherwise, if Palmquist doesn't win that pinch, it's an odd man rush the other way. Palmquist with it. Palmquist try to get it in deep, and then it's thrown into the Stormhawk bench. We'll get a face-off at neutral ice, I believe, because I think it went off the glove of Palmquist. 10:29 to go in the second period. Chaska Chanhassen leads 2-0. Face-off one. Back to Biggelbach. Then to Olson. Olson, his pass or shot or dump in is fanned on. And Waconia with control now in their own zone. Try to feed it up the wall. That's turned away by Spalding. Spalding and Olson on the far side, forechecking. Slides off the side of the net, and it's flipped out by the Wildcats. It'll be Girding first on it. Girding will reverse up to the near side, gives to Hokkanen. Hokkanen tried to give it across, I think, to Biggelbach, and it was hit off the back of Spalding. Now into the Wildcat zone. They go D to D. And then a cross-ice pass intercepted by Biggelbach, and then intercepted by Waconia, who dumps it in. Biggelbach will chase behind Brandt, touches it around one forechecker, picks up the puck himself, feeds it up the wall to Olson. It's in his skates. He finds it but can't get it out. Wildcats from the right circle, bothered from behind by Hokkanen. The shot goes wide and bounces behind the net. Now Girding has his stick lifted, recovers to slow up any chance on the right circle. Long shot blocked by Girding. Girding flips it out of the zone, and Olson will chase up the left side. That race won by the Wildcats. Into the zone, pass across, shot, saved by Brandt. It wasn't the worst of the zone entries we've seen that Waconia has had, although I'd like to see Chaska Chanhassen close that gap a little sooner. Don't let them get much past the top of the circles. As once you get to about the dot height is when you have better scoring opportunity. Waconia winning a battle down low. Long pass off a Waconia player. And they wave icing for some reason, even though if it hit anything, it hit a Waconia skate on the near side of the red line, on the Waconia side of the red line. Whatever, they'll just keep play going as it's a little late. Kurt up the wall. That slides out. That was offsides. No whistle coming. As Palmquist tried to skate it up himself, he loses the handle. Waconia with it now. Pass to the left circle. Slides across the top of the crease, comes to Azanoff. Azanoff up to Perry. Perry fighting through one check, has Kurt going with him. Perry, his pass or shot is blocked. Perry behind the net. Perry's cycling. He fans on the pass to Johnson, regains control, and then led Palmquist out of the zone. Johnson had to wait as they're changing behind the play. Now Palmquist with it. Palmquist down the left side. His shot misses the net. Bounces out to Hromatka. Takes a check to get the puck in deep. And now it'll be Lindell, the forecheck. Almost creating a turnover. Now it does bounce to Palmquist. Palmquist keeps it in. Fights through one check. And then another, then lost control there. Waconia able to skate up. Gain the red line. And good job by Johnson not to allow a player to get around him. Stretch pass. Try to find Lund on the far blue line. Goes off his stick. Nice little move there by Lund. Almost gets away. Now Lindell. Penalty coming against Waconia. Lund had Hromatka alone in front for a moment. Couldn't find him. And turnaround shot misses everything. And we'll have our first penalty and power play of the game as Waconia will go to the box for, I missed the signal. And we get a cross-checking call against the Wildcats with 7:04 to go in the second period. Chaska Chanhassen leading 2-0. First power play of the game coming. This hasn't been the strongest part of the Stormhawks game this season. Their power play has been not great. Here's a chance right off the face-off. Lund, his shot right on. Rebound came to Hromatka, and he can't tuck it in. It slides over into the corner. There's a bouncing puck. Weisenen swings at it and misses it, but picks up the loose puck, feeds it in deep, chasing. Goes the other direction. Hromatka chasing. He gets it. Hromatka looked to feed it up the wall, and that was covered. Now it goes across. Weisenen will chase behind the net. Lindell gives to Weisenen. Weisenen up the wall to Girding. Girding's long bouncing shot in front. Stopped in front by Lindell. Lindell has a chance, and then Hromatka tucks in the open net. Shot by Girding found its way, tipped in front, bounced to Hromatka. Bounced to Lindell. His shot stopped, and then backhanded in by Hromatka for his second of the game and 14th, team leading 14th of the season. And it's 3-0 Stormhawks with 6:23 to play in the second period. Olson into the zone to Hokkanen. Oh, what a great pass right on the tape of Hokkanen. And he gathered it, shot it in a real quick motion. Now Johnson, long shot, blocked up high, stung the Waconia player. Johnson, it's going to be a bit of a power play coming here. Wow, cross check there in front. Spalding took one and no call coming. It's a pass to Spalding right in front. And the Stormhawks with some jump. They had a kind of a de facto. There's a great chance right in front. Spalding, a long shot tipped in front. I think that was Hokkanen flashing to the front. Johnson took a shot from the left point and it hit a Waconia player up high. And instead of staying in the play, he skated to the bench to go for a change. So Chaska Chanhassen had a man advantage for a moment there. Good puck movement by the Stormhawks. Now Hokkanen off the side of the net. Hokkanen still with it. still battling down low. Olson tries to stuff it in the near side, and it bounces out to the Wildcats. They'll skate it up the left side. Gets around Bigglebach, no, he recovered nicely and then put a shoulder into the attacker, and that loosed the puck. Here is Bigglebach up the wall to Olson. That's cut off. Spalding getting beat up in this shift here. He just had a collision at the blue line. Bigglebach will ring it around, but the left winger had come to the near side to help out. Here's Spalding up the wall to Olson. Olson gets it around 2-on-1 with Hokkanen. Olson down the left side with Hokkanen in front. He scores! Great pass by Olson to Hokkanen. Looked very similar to this previous play. And it's 4-0 Chaska Chanhassen. Nice passing. That line had the best passing of the game by far. Hokkanen on a bit of a goal-scoring streak. Did he have 2 the other night? I think he had 2, and now he has 6 on the season. And he was just the recipient of a great pass by Dylon Olson there. It's a long pass, bounces to Kurt. Kurt going in with Perry coming to the net. Kurt in, sharp angle shot right on, bounces right to Kurt. He looks to throw it back out in front. And now it's fed out of the zone by the Wildcats. Chaska Chanhassen right back on the attack. Palmquist reaches behind, gets the puck, throws it in deep. It'll be Kurt and Palmquist to dig it out. It's in the skate of Kurt. He's pushed in hard to the end wall, bounces out to Palmquist. Palmquist up to Lund. Lund almost lost control, found the puck again, and got it in deep. Lund now skates in. Lund shot through a screen, hit Kurt up high, and he goes down in a heap, picked up by Palmquist. Lund shot it right into the midsection of Kurt. He's going to tell me he needs new shoulder pads, as his shoulder pads don't extend very low. He's going to go to the bench. Here's a wraparound chance for Hromatka, and he scores. Hat trick for Tyler Hromatka. After an uneven start by the Stormhawks. Well, a good start and then an uneven second half of the first period. That Chaska Chanhassen has turned on the Jets since then, and it's 5-0 with 3:35 to play in the second period. It's Hromatka 3rd of the game and 15th of the season. Josh Lund going over to Kieran Kurt to presumably apologize for shooting it right into him. Kurt was standing in front as a screen, and Lund shot it right into him. Here's a chance now. Weisenen's pass across, bounces, almost found us on the short side. Hromatka was lurking, long shot by Bigglebach, high, glove down by the Wildcats. They'll skate up, 3-on-5 really. Nice pass in front, chance for the Wildcats, doesn't materialize, and it bounces into the corner. I think trying to get a signal from Kurt where he got hit. There's a shot. I think that missed the net, and perhaps Brandt got a toe on it. Lindell running over a Wildcat, and now it's flipped out of the zone all the way down. No icing. Lindell chasing. Nice little escape move there by the Wildcat defender. Gets it up the near wall. They go on the attack. I think Kurt took the puck to his leg. I thought it hit him in the midsection. Spalding gives to Lindell. Lindell 1-on-1. He's got it a little flat-footed. Lindell pressured from behind. Had a streaking Spalding. I heard him slap his stick. Now a stretch pass to the blue line. In alone. Good back pressure by Johnson, breaking up that chance. No penalty either. I don't think there was a penalty there. There's a nice one-touch pass to Spalding. Could have been a hooking call, but would have been a soft one. Nice pass from Spalding to Hokkanen. Would have sent him in if Hokkanen fielded it cleanly. And this line showing a fair amount of chemistry so far, even though they haven't played together. This is a new line. There's a pass right in front, tipped on net, and Brandt makes the save. Waconia's had some outstanding chances in this game. Not a lot of them, but they've had some really good grade A scoring chances. Those are the sort of things that Chaska Chanhassen needs to clean up. Don't want to allow teams those opportunities. You want to keep shots. It's one of those things that Chaska Chanhassen actually has done very well this season, is they have kept shots to the exterior of the zone very well this season. They haven't allowed a ton of scoring chances. Goaltender breaks up the icing for the Stormhawks. It'll be Olson on it. Pushes it up the wall to Hokkanen. He lost control of his stick. That allow Waconia to skate up 2-on-2. Shot from the left side. Good physical play by Quinn Johnson there on what I believe is the best player in purple. And then Johnson throws it into the stands. Souvenir for the fans. With 46.9 seconds to go, looks like Kieran Kurt will be, he's back out on the ice, so might need a little bit of an ice pack after the game. Face-off won by Wildcats. Shot save by Brandt. And the clock still ran for a few seconds, but that's all right. As the whistle wasn't blown right away either. This face-off won by Kurt to Lund. He lost control. Down the pass to the slot. Slides out to Azanoff. Azanoff turned it over and kept in at the blue line by the Wildcats with 28 seconds. There's a chance at the right circle. Pass in front. And Brandt holding his ground there. And a little pushing and shoving after the whistle. That's what happens when you have a slow whistle. Players keep playing to the whistle as they're supposed to. And that's where things get a little dicey, a little chippy sometimes. Girding headed up the wall. Now a pass sticked away by Brandt. Perry tried to get it off the wall to himself. Now it's intercepted by Lund. Lund will skate it up from his defensive position. Nice play to get around. His shot right on. No rebound. Nice play by Lund as he carries the puck up the ice from his defensive position. That does it for the second period. Chaska Chanhassen leads 5-0 after 2. Three goals by Hromatka, one by Olson, one by Hokkanen. Stormhawks 2-0 lead after 1 and a 5-0 lead after 2. So I believe, if I know the dates right, Sunday will be against Chaska Chanhassen purple, and a Monday night tilt against Minnetonka. That'll be a road game for the Stormhawks. And then next week it's up to Fargo for the Buffalo Wild Wings Wood Chipper Classic, as Fargo embraces the wood chipper from the name of the movie with their town's name in it. The Coen Brothers movie. Wildcats have an awfully short bench, and you see once they get all their 5 skaters on the ice. They only have 6 players on the bench, so fatigue could certainly become a factor for Waconia for this game. I don't know if that's their normal roster size. Lindell gathers a loose puck at mid-ice, dumps it in, and will be the first forechecker. Getting help from Hromatka, but they get around both forecheckers and up the ice. Here they come. Number 75. Eventually bounces it into Stormhawk territory. Palmquist pass partially fanned on. Now it comes back to Palmquist. Palmquist throws it up the left side. Icing is waived. Hromatka chasing. Turnover comes to Hokkanen. Hokkanen was cut off and not able to do much with it. Bounces to Palmquist. Now back to Hokkanen. Hokkanen gets it across to Spalding. Spalding down the right side. Shot through a screen. That goes wide. Comes to Hokkanen. Hokkanen tried to get up to Palmquist, I believe, and that's turned away. Olson coming in hard for an open ice hit. Good thing referees kept their arms down there. Here comes Olson now. Olson had a steam backhand shot, misses the far post. Olson came off like a shot off the bench. Threw a big check, then found a puck and skated to the net. There's a pass in front to Spalding. That's turned away. Bounces up to Palmquist, then Olson. Olson down to Hokkanen. Hokkanen, I think, tried to feed Spalding, and then Bigglebach pinches, keeps it in. Again, good. This line has shown some aggression in this game. There's a chance now. Backhand shot, rebound, bounces high, blockered away by Brandt, then sticked away by the Stormhawks and gotten out of the zone. Brandt made the initial save and the rebound bounced high. It's possible that was going to bounce behind him if he doesn't get a blocker on it. Waconia, the left circle. Here's a chance shot. Misses everything, and maybe Brandt got a piece of it. Loose puck to Hokkanen. He goes down, touches it ahead for Spalding. Spalding can go in on 2-on-1 with Azanoff, and that's turned away just outside the blue line, or inside the blue line. Here come the Wildcats on the attack. Long shot blockered away. Rebound comes right back out. Backhand shot, they score. Shot from the high slot, right on to Brandt, and the rebound bounced perhaps right back to the player who shot it, and then he beat Brandt with a backhander, which goaltenders will tell you, backhanders are the hardest ones to read. So it's 5-1 with 12 and a half minutes to play in the third period. Long cross-ice pass, misses everything. It'll be Lund in his own zone. Lund protecting the puck, lost the handle, kept in at the point, and it'll come to Johnson. Johnson up the wall to Azanoff. He doesn't make a play on it. Now bounces to the side of the net in front. Turnaround shot, misses the net, goes behind. It'll be Lund on it. Lund high off the glass and all the way down. They say no icing. I'm not sure why. It'll be Kurt down low for it. Kicked out. Pass across to Hromatka, now to Girding. Girding keeps it in deep. Kurt will chase. Drops it for Hromatka. Hromatka tried to get it out to Perry. Bounces over to Kurt. Kurt to Hromatka. Then up to Palmquist. Palmquist long shot, blocked in front by Perry. And Waconia picks up the rebound. Slowed up by Hromatka. Hromatka still fighting for it there. He comes out with it. Hromatka tried to get it across to Kurt. A little out of his reach, and it's picked up by the Wildcats and fed out to neutral ice to Palmquist. He'll go D-to-D to Girding. Girding to Lindell, and he'll swipe it in the zone. Kurt looking a little gimpy on his left leg there. Might have been the one that he hit earlier in the game. And he's definitely going to need an ice pack or two tonight. Puck almost out to Wiseman in a scoring opportunity. Here's Wiseman, turnaround shot, right on. And the rebound gobbled up with 10 and a half to go in the third period. Stormhawks lead 5-1. Here's this line again. We'll see if they can have another good shift. A couple of players tied up behind the play. Bigglebach with it. I don't think he realized that Olson was tied up with a Wildcat player, not able to get out in time. We'll have an offsides and a face-off at center ice. Face-off one back. It'll come to Bigglebach. Bigglebach has Lund. He'll give it to Lund. Then up to Hokkanen. 3-on-2 if they hurry. Hokkanen gets around the defenders, gets it in deep. Olson will battle for it. It's in his skates. He doesn't know it. Nobody knows where it is. In the skates of the players behind the net. Olson backs away, waits for a puck to come out on his side. And it's back in his skates again. Now it comes to Hokkanen. Hokkanen tried to throw it out in front. It's Waconia with it. They'll skate it out and then flip it out. Comes to Lund. Lund cut off by a pair of Wildcats. Almost got it back. And then gloved out by Spalding. Stick down by Lund. Lund pushes it ahead. He might go in on a chance. Lund, sharp angle, shot right on. The rebound comes out in front. They whack away at it. Net is off. Whistle should go. Goodness, the slow whistles tonight. Net was off, so that whistle should have gone well before that. And once again, that line showing their offensive prowess in this game. They've been good in this game. And they're going to bring it out for some reason. Maybe player in the crease. I'm not sure why it comes out of the zone. Good stick there by Johnson to break up that rush. Perry will rim it around for Azanoff. Azanoff tried to get it up to Kurt. That's cut off. And it'll be Perry to pick up the loose puck. Perry will skate around Brandt. Up the right side, gets around one forechecker, looking to get around the defender. He does. Perry down the right side. Perry in, backhand, his shot right on. Rebound eventually comes out to Azanoff, and he can't get shot on net. Now Johnson finds it in his skates, gets it up the wall a little bit. Glove down by Perry. He's got to touch it himself. If Kurt touches that, it's a whistle. Here comes the Wildcats, cut off, turned over by Palmquist. Palmquist going to go 1-on-5 as everybody else is going for a change. Behind the play, Palmquist able to get it in deep despite being outnumbered there. It was a nice play to get it in deep. Palmquist, long shot through traffic, he scores! Found a hole through traffic. Nice pass there by, I believe it was Lindell that was skating across the top of the circle. Gave it to Palmquist. And it's 6-1 Stormhawks. And that's 2 straight games with 6 goals. That's Palmquist's 13th of the season. And that's a strategy I think that Stormhawks should try to employ as much as they can, especially against stronger teams, is try to feed your defensemen, especially those with stronger shots like Palmquist. Here's a chance for the Stormhawks once again. Shot. Got a lost connection there for a moment. The Stormhawks can feed their... I have no idea if anybody's hearing what I'm saying, but I think Chaska Chanison should, if they can, if their defensemen are open, if the point is open, feed them and get pucks to the net, as long as the forwards are going to be going to the net for screens, for tip-ins, for rebounds. It's a simple strategy, but one that can work against stronger teams. We got a penalty coming, hooking call against Waconia, and Chaska Chanison will get their second power play of the game. There's a hooking call behind the play. Girding was tied up, I believe, with a Wildcat player. Chaska Chanison will go on their second power play of the game. believe, if I'm not mistaken, they're 1 for 1. And this right now is your number 1 power play unit with Hokkanen, Olson, and Spalding. Long shot tipped on its way there, misses the net. And that's kind of what I'm talking about there. Oh, penalty coming. That's a soft one there. I think that's a bit of a makeup call. They're going to call interference against Hokkanen. They've been letting those things go all night, but I think it was a bit of a trying to even it up a little bit. Kind of a soft one, but whatever. Leading 6-1, not that big of a deal. So we'll skate 4-on-4 for a minute 42, and then we'll have an abbreviated power play for the Wildcats. So Chaska Chanhassen will go to 1 and 2 on the power play. A little more room on this ice now. Spalding, long stretch pass looking for Olson. That's tipped at the red line. Olson will chase it down. Olson throws it out in front. Nobody there. Good pressure there by Spalding to keep it in. He finds it. Bouncing puck in the corner. Still fighting for it. Nice effort there by Ryan Spalding. He's pushed off the puck. He's going to slide out to Palmquist. Palmquist, his shot is blocked up high, and it's going to bounce over to Spalding. And the Wildcats with control will maybe break out. They do not. Spalding intercepts at the blue line. Gives to Olson. Olson couldn't control it. And the Wildcats will skate it up. 2-on-3. A nice play by Lund to get it to center ice. And then to Spalding, who dumps it in and goes for a change. Intercepted at the neutral zone by Palmquist. Palmquist off a skate. And Waconia will go on the attack. Luke's puck at the blue line. Now Waconia at the top of the slot. Shot blocked by Palmquist. Now Bigglebach. Bigglebach up the wall, but nobody there. Now Bigglebach intercepting a dump in. And we'll skate out with Perry. Perry goes behind Bigglebach into the zone down the right side. And he kind of toe-picked himself, I think. He's going to come to Johnson. Johnson fed it down in deep. 10 seconds left on 4-on-4. And then Waconia will have a short power play. They're going to skate up 2-on-2. It's a pass off the shaft of a stick of the Waconia player in front. Now power play. Shot coming. Blocked in front by Kurt. He's getting beat up tonight. Kurt has blocked a couple of shots by... One shot by his own player, one shot by a Waconia player, then took another shot somewhere in the neutral zone, I believe. I think that's 3 times now, maybe all on the same leg, and he hobbles to the bench with 4 minutes and 28 seconds to play. And maybe it's time for new breezers or shin pads or something. He doesn't seem to have the coverage that he needs to, or maybe it's just bad luck with the puck finding the spots where the pads aren't. 6-1 Stormhawks with 4:13 to play. Here's Hromatka. He's got 3 on the day. Long shot high over the crossbar. Goes off the glass. Now Weisenen up to Girding. Back to Weisenen. In the corner. Out in front, and Lindell was dumped as the puck was coming to him. Nice stick there by Lund. Lund has been active tonight. And Lund almost creating a turnover. Now he does. Comes to Hromatka. Hromatka. He's pushed into the corner. Gets help from Lindell. Lindell cuts to the middle on his backhand. Still on it. Backhand shot. Just missed the far side. Had Weisenen and Hromatka on the weak side. Maybe looking for them to tuck it in. Here is Lindell up to Lund. Lund corrals it. Off a stick into the far corner for Lindell, or for Weisenen. Weisenen goes down. Little tip in front by Lindell. Holy cow. Lindell. Tongue-tying myself. Here is Lund. Lund escapes, gets it up the wall to Lindell, who pitchforks it in with 3 minutes to play. Palmquist up the wall for Spalding. Then Olson. And Waconia with it. Feeds it back to their D. Hokkanen got a stick on it, but couldn't keep it in. Good pressure there by Spalding. Ooh, then Hokkanen runs over a player. That's a penalty for sure. Hokkanen's going to get his second straight penalty. It's a chance in front. That misses the net. Stormhawks kind of stopped playing once they saw that. Here's a chance again. Stopped by Brandt. Rebound in front. Turnaround shot. Eventually touched by the Stormhawks. And we get a whistle. Hokkanen going to go for, I assume, roughing. Maybe charging. He just ran over a player at center ice. Never saw the signal. 2 minutes on the clock. So, they're going to give, are they going to give him an extra one? I think he got 2 minutes. Maybe they gave him a checking from behind penalty. So somebody's going to have to serve the power play. I think it should be, I'd throw Kieran Kurt in there, as he's been a puck magnet today. Let him lick his wounds in the box. So power play for the Wildcats. They're 0 for 1, I believe. They only had a short power play before. There's a long shot tipped in front by Palmquist. Goes high over the net. Kept in. Long shot saved by Brandt. If I'm Waconia's coaches, I'm not loving that shot. You have a power play. You have a lot of ice. You need some goals here. A shot from the point with no traffic in front is not what's going to do it. It's a nice clear there. I believe it was Palmquist. And with the dirty ice, not going to make icing. That was way too easy of an entry there. And they just got lucky. Stormhawks got lucky that they didn't get a scoring chance off of that. There's a long shot gobbled up by Brandt. Stormhawks started that power play, or that penalty kill, nicely there, but that zone entry by the Wildcats was way too easy. He nearly took it all the way to the net himself. And he did have a player alone in front of it. He was able to pass it down in front after going around the back of the net. That was a golden scoring opportunity. It's a nice face-off win by Perry. Overskated now by Girding on the back of the net. And eventually it's now thrown out in front, now up to the point. Long shot coming, and I guess the net's off. We have a whistle, and if they're looking at the net, that's normally a good guess. This brutal arena. .131 to play in the game. Stormhawks lead 6-1. 1:07 to go on the Wildcat power play. There's a shot saved by Brandt. I think the net's off again. Now it comes out to the right point. Slap shot stopped by Brandt. Loose puck in front. And turnaround shot comes to the corner. Comes right out in front and allowed him to come alone. Stormhawks not the best penalty killing job there, as they allowed the player with the puck to come out all alone and get a shot off. What are we waiting for? Waconia will dump it in. Palmquist off the glass and down. 25 seconds left on the 2-minute minor. Lindell will jump out. Good check thrown by Lund on the far side. Conia's pass across. Nice job, intercepted there. And almost fed out by Palmquist. 3-on-2 if they hurry. And the power play or penalty is over. Nice play by Lindell. Gets in deep. Drops it for Palmquist up the left side. Palmquist in. Backhand shot. Save goes high over the net. Now Lindell in the corner. Lindell, bothered by a couple of Wildcats, still has it. Gives to Lund. Lund was spun there a bit, and 2-1-0. That does it. Stormhawks win 6-1 over the Wildcats. Stormhawks back to 500. And they move to 3-4-2 in District 6 play. They will not get their fair play points. So they're going to lose a point in the standings in that sense, but they're going to gain points for the victory. 3 goals by Hromatka, 1 by Olson, 1 by Hokkanen, and 1 by Palmquist. And Chaska Chanhassen next will face the purple team, Chaska Chanhassen purple, on Sunday, and then a Monday night tilt against Minnetonka. That's it from Victoria Rec Center. Stormhawks 6, Wildcats 1. This game brought to you by Edge Tech Hockey. Thanks for watching.